There's something psychology has discovered about people who cry easily, and most people completely miss it. They're often labeled as weak, overly emotional, or unable to control themselves. But psychology shows that this label couldn't be more wrong. If you've ever been told you're too sensitive or felt embarrassed for feeling emotions deeply, this might explain your mind in a way no one ever has before. If you've ever felt misunderstood, emotionally exposed, or out of place because you cry more easily than others, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. In many cases, it means your brain works differently. Psychology shows that people who cry easily often have higher emotional awareness, deeper processing, and stronger internal standards than the average person. That difference changes everything. One of the first traits psychology consistently finds in people who cry easily is emotional authenticity. You have very little tolerance for fake emotions, forced positivity, or emotional dishonesty. Research on emotional intelligence shows that people who are deeply aware of their inner states react more strongly to emotional stimuli. You don't suppress what you feel just to appear strong. You don't enjoy pretending everything is fine when it's not. You'd rather feel something fully than numb yourself to stay comfortable. This isn't weakness. This is honesty with yourself. Another reason you cry easily is because you prefer emotional depth over emotional avoidance. People who cry easily aren't unstable. They're emotionally present. Psychology shows that deeper emotional processors experience feelings more intensely, whether that's sadness, empathy, joy, or connection. You don't skim the surface of experiences. You absorb them. That's why certain stories, memories, or even small moments can move you to tears while others remain unaffected. You're not overreacting. You're responding deeply. People who cry easily also tend to have a more sensitive nervous system. Psychology refers to this as high emotional responsiveness. Your brain processes emotional information faster and more thoroughly. You notice subtle shifts in tone, meaning, and emotional energy. While others push feelings away, your system allows them in. Research shows that suppressing emotions increases stress, while expressing them can actually regulate the nervous system. For you, crying isn't losing control. It's release. It's regulation. You're also often misunderstood as being dependent or fragile, but psychology shows that people who cry easily often rely less on external validation than others. You don't cry to get attention. You cry because your inner world is active and responsive. You can sit alone with your emotions. You don't need permission to feel. This makes others uncomfortable because many people were taught to disconnect from their feelings. Your openness reflects strength they haven't developed yet. Another important trait behind crying easily comes from experience. Many people who cry easily learned early on to feel deeply, whether through empathy, life challenges, or emotional awareness. Psychology shows that when emotions are processed instead of suppressed, the brain becomes more emotionally literate. You understand pain, not just intellectually, but emotionally. This makes you more compassionate, more intuitive, and more human. You don't harden yourself to survive. You stay open. Here's what most people get wrong about you. They see tears and assume weakness. They see emotion and assume instability. They see sensitivity and assume fragility. Psychology sees something completely different. It sees emotional intelligence. It sees courage. It sees a nervous system that doesn't shut down to cope. Your tears aren't a loss of control. They're a sign that you're connected to yourself. Sometimes the people who feel the deepest are the ones who carry the most strength quietly. Not because they don't hurt, but because they don't deny it. You're not broken. You're not dramatic. You're not too much. You're operating on a deeper emotional frequency. The traits that make you feel exposed in a numb world are the same traits that create empathy, resilience, and emotional clarity over time. In a world that rewards emotional suppression, feeling deeply is rare. And rare doesn't mean weak. It means powerful. If this felt personal, comment, "This explains me." And if you want psychology content that explains your personality in ways school never taught you, subscribe to your hidden psyche, because the next video might reveal something about yourself you've never realized.